Hi, it's your favorite meteorologist, Brad Warner here at Region Weather Live. I've got a few graphics that I made up that I thought I was going to put on social media, and I was going to write up these big, long descriptions about some concerns that I currently have about this storm coming up. But I thought, you're not going to want to read all that. You're going to skip right over it. So I thought the best thing to do was just make a quick little video. So I'm just going to make a short video and just describe some of the concerns that I have going with this upcoming storm for next week. Concern number one, these areas in the purple here, that's got the chance for seeing some freezing rain, some sleet, and some freezing drizzle. Not necessarily all these areas will get it, but it's just you have the potential for actually seeing it. Now, along with that, on Tuesday, we're going to be seeing some stiff southeasterly winds, just like I have the arrows drawn there, right? 30, maybe 40 miles per hour out of the southeast. So that's going to cause a problem, particularly in these areas in that yellowish, orangish, yellowish area that kind of overlap with the purple here. So anywhere within here, that's kind of a concern for me right now, just because, of course, you're going to have strong southeasterly winds, 30 to 40 miles per hour. You're going to put the freezing rain and sleet and freezing drizzle on top of some of the power lines and the tree branches, and that's going to be a concern, obviously, for falling tree branches, falling power lines. So this is mainly for Tuesday right now as we're looking at this. So Tuesday, you guys in the orange in particular, I'm kind of concerned with that early part of the possible power outages beginning on Tuesday already. So if you're in that area, kind of from Mankato, Alexandria, up to roughly Detroit Lakes, maybe Fargo, Crookston area. So basically southwest to west central parts of Minnesota, and then kind of into far eastern parts of the Dakotas as well for Tuesday. That's kind of the concern right now. The second concern is these areas in yellow, and that's this big area in yellow is where it has the most uncertainty to it. A lot of it's got to do with the freezing rain and the sleet and the snow. Where is that cutoff going to be? As this system gets all wrapped up and draws up all this warm air, where is that cutoff going to be? Because there could be a big difference between getting some freezing rain to some heavy snow in some locations. Particularly, I would think kind of up in this Grand Forks area and kind of eastern northeast parts of North Dakota as well, probably kind of right along the edge here in between that Aberdeen and Pierre area as well. So that could be a big difference between getting that freezing precip and that heavy snow. And then some of you areas, especially down in more in the south, is it going to be rain or is it going to be freezing rain? That's when we're talking about these systems and talking about trying to figure out how much warm air is going to be available, how far north will that warm air push. The models really have a hard time determining all that. And so these areas in yellow really are going to have a tough time, at least, as we, even the day before, sometimes these models have a hard time figuring it out exactly where this is going to set up. So there might be a big difference between, hey, you said I was going to get 6 inches of snow, and instead I got a bunch of freezing rain. Well, that's why, because obviously the rain took over longer than the snow did, or vice versa. So these areas in yellow right now still remain a concern just because of that standpoint. The other thing I mentioned in the video the other day is we got a lot of dry air being worked up and into this system later on, more into Wednesday. So that's also going to cut off some of that snow, some of that precipitation later on. So where that dry air intrusion happens is also going to obviously have an effect, because where it's, you might have an area that's snowing, and then all of a sudden we get some dry air pushed into that, and then it's going to cut off. And if that dry air moves a little further south or north, obviously is going to play a big difference into the amount of precipitation and the amount of snow you're going to get. And the third concern right now are these areas in blue, and that's because you have the best potential for seeing the snow, the prolonged snow. This is going to start, we're talking mainly Monday night, persisting through Tuesday, Wednesday, possibly even some light snow still occurring on Thursday, as well as some of the winds. And a lot of you guys, especially over here in the Dakotas, you're going to have some stiff northwesterly winds, 30, 40, maybe even 50 miles per hour at times as we get a little bit deeper into the storm, as we get a little bit later into the storm. So, we're going to be talking about you guys in through there. You're going to have the best chance for seeing a significant amount of snow, just because it's such a prolonged period of time. It's after a couple, not just one day and almost not even more than 2 days really, that this storm is going to linger on and just keep dumping snow and keep dumping snow. So that's why these areas in blue, we're hyping it up so much. Just be prepared for multiple days of just sitting at home. Get your groceries early, get all your stuff so that you need, so that you're just ready and you're ready to hunker down for a couple days. Okay, I tried to make it quick. Hopefully it's quick enough for you and gives you a little bit of detail of what we're looking at this point. So, hey, on Sunday evening, so tomorrow evening at 9:30 Central Time, I'm going to be doing a live deep dive into the storm. So if you're interested at all, please join me at 9:30. You'll be able to ask questions on the chat and just follow along. And we're going to get into everything that everything we talked about here and more. So make sure you hit the like and subscribe button, hit the subscribe button and the bell button down below so that you know when I am on live. All right, everybody, for Region Weather Live, I am meteorologist Brad Warner, and hopefully we'll see you tomorrow.